Hi friends, today here we are again with a new video about the chemical structure of nucleic acid, about the DNA. We'll discuss about DNA in detail. I guess you have liked a previous video and it was helpful to you to solve many questions. So without wasting any time, we'll move on to the video. So first question, which macromolecule is not abundantly found though being of critical importance for biological mechanisms? So you have four options over here. Answer is B, lipids. So here comes the explanation for it. Though lipids is of essential use in the cell for the formation of the cell wall, it is micromolecule and it is generally found in association with either phosphate or polysaccharide. In case of other three, this is protein, nucleic acids and polysaccharides we are discussing. In case of other three, they are macromolecules. So first thing is that lipid is the micromolecule and all other three, they are the macromolecules and are of essential use for the cell. For example, proteins such as enzyme regulates biological function. First coming up for the proteins, what is the function of them? Then nucleic acids, they carry, as we all know, they carry the genetic information, and polysaccharides, their function as their storage of energy or acts as structural polymers. Next question, which of the following is wrongly paired? Any guesses about it? So you have the pairing of this proteins with peptide bond. What if you can guess it? So the answer is B. That is nucleic acid hydrogen bond. So rest of the options are correct. You have to pick up the wrong option. As we all know, nucleic acids, that is DNA and RNA, show phosphodiester linkage, which is the major type of linkage. Without the phosphodiester bonds between the phosphate and adjacent 3-OH sugar molecule, the backbone will not be formed. Therefore, nucleotides will not be able to attach and bond to form a nucleic acid. Next, with respect to nucleosides, which of the following is paired correctly? You have to choose the correct option. C, purine, no, then this one is the correct. C1, that is pyrimidine, uridine and cytidine. As we know, purines have a fused ring structure with 9 elements backbones ring structure. There are two types purines, as we all know. They consist of adenosine and guanine. Again, the three other residues, cytidine, thymidine and uridine, are pyrimidines having a ring structure of 6 elements in the core backbone. Thus, the correct pair among the above options is, so looking at the correct options, start because adenosine and guanine, they are the purines, and pyrimidines, they have 3, that is cytidine, thymidine and uridine. So the correct option is this one, pyrimidine, that is uridine and cytidine. Now question number 4. Which of the following is not a component of nucleic acid backbone? You have the 4 options over here. So you have to pick up which is not a component. So the correct option is nucleotide. Coming up to the explanation for it. A nucleic acid backbone is mainly composed of pentose phosphate unit, which acts as a monomer. The repeat of this monomer is attached together by the phosphodiesterase linkage, thus giving rise to the backbone. The nucleotides this comes the nucleotides, they attach to the sugar moieties, forms the side chain which gives rise to hydrogen linkage with its complementary strand. So, which of the following is not a component of the nucleic acid backbone? That is the nucleotide. Rest, they are the components of the nucleic acid backbone. So, moving on to the next question, number 5. According to Chargaff's rule, the two strands of DNA has, the correct option we have to choose from it. It has different molecular weight. Now, explanation about it. What is Chargaff's rule? According to Chargaff's rule, the two strands have equal number of, this is the Chargaff's rule, the two strands have equal number of A and T. As we all know, A, it pairs with the thymidine, adenosine residues, and equal number of guanine and cytidine residues, G and C. Thus, when in one strand A is more, automatically in the other T is more. So, why there is difference in the molecular weight? A, being a purine, has higher molecular weight than T, which is a pyrimidine. So, the two strands have different molecular weight. This results in the difference of the molecular weight in the two strands. The same happens in case of G and C as well. Question number 6. Definite results proving DNA to be genetic material. This was given by, the three scientists, that is Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy. So, in their experiment with pneumococcus strains type 3S and type 2R, they performed three separate experimental setups using DNase to degrade DNA and RNase to degrade RNA and protease to degrade proteins. Thus, when the separate combinations were injected into mouse, all these separate combinations, they were injected into the mouse respectively, the transforming principle was found to be DNA. So, here comes a note about it. Only these three enzymes were used, as only their subsequent substrates were the main factors that were in conflict to be the genetic material. Coming up to the next question, number 7. In a diploid organism with 30,000 bases, haploid genome contains 23% A residues. So, what is the number of G residues in the genome of this organism? Any guesses about the options? So, the correct option, I'll give how this is the correct option, that is the B part, 16,200, how this is the correct option. Here comes Chargaff's rule. A, it pairs with the T, adenosine it pairs with the thymidine, that is equal to 23%, as it is already given in the question, that is 23%. Therefore, G plus C, that is equal to 100, A plus T. So, finally, G plus C, it comes out to be 54, because A plus T, that will be equal to 46, 23 plus 23, okay. We have to calculate from the 100%. So, 54. If this is 54, G equals to C. So, this will be 27 by Chargaff's rules. Thus, G is equal to 27%. So, 27% if there are 30,000 bases. So, 27% is this. So, 2 into 30,000, that is equal to 60,000 bases. This is the haploid genome. So, G is equal to 27% of 60,000. That is in case of the, if we calculate it for the diploid organism, which is equal to 16,200 bases. Next, which of the following is not a characteristic of nucleotide bases? That is the aliphatic. You have to choose the false option. The nucleotide bases have 6-member ring structure as one component which is common for all the 5 bases. Thus, they are considered as aromatic molecules due to the presence of a benzene ring structure which provides the molecules with an aromatic property. So, the correct option is aliphatic. Coming up to the next question, which of the following factors do not provide to the separation of DNA fragments during electrophoresis? So, the correct option is ethidium bromide. Explanation: ethidium bromide, as we all know, it only helps in the tagging of DNA molecules to make them visible under the UV radiation due to its fluorescence property, but does not take part in the separation of DNA molecules during electrophoresis. This ETBR, that we call it as ETBR, it only chelates to the DNA so that it is visible under the UV radiation. It has no role in the separation of the DNA molecules. Next, which of the following is not a function of a nucleotide? So, which of the following is not the function of the nucleotide? Any guesses about it? D, that is the receptor. Nucleotides, they do not form receptor molecules. Receptor molecules are generally polysaccharide molecules. Kindly note it down, receptor molecules, they are the polysaccharide molecules or protein molecules that can have structure configurations. Energy carrying nucleotide molecules such as ATP helps binding and unbinding of signal molecules to these receptors, thus facilitating different biological